This is a chart of the S&P 500, and in the last year the S&P 500 made around 6% as by today. In the same time, the exact same trading period, my personal trading account made 40,000 euro profit on a 50,000 euro account, which is around 80%.
This video is presented by BM Trading. Learn to code your own expert advisors. Link in the description.
Hey, this is Ine. Welcome back for another video on this channel, and today I want to talk about exactly this. How was I able to outperform the general stock market or the market by such a huge margin? And if you are a long-time follower on this channel, you already know exactly how I did it, because I streamed almost every single day live on YouTube. You can see here, this is the exact account that I'm talking about. Right now, the profit is a little bit higher than what I have in my personal trading journal, because there are open profits, but in the history you can see there are 40,000 euro in profit. If you want to learn more about what specific strategy made what specific profit, you should also subscribe and turn in again tomorrow, because I will upload another video explaining exactly what strategy made what amount of profit, because I do monthly analysis videos for this very account. But this video here today is about something else. I'm live trading now with actual real funds for over 8 years using short-term trading strategies. And in this video I want to talk a little bit about my general rules that I figured out for myself that worked for me so far in the past and helped me to achieve constant profitability in the past. So whenever I say something, this is based on the experience that I made in the last 8 years. Throughout these 8 years in my live trading accounts, I was profitable. I cannot speak for the future. So if in 5 years all of this does not apply anymore and I'm not profitable, it is what it is. But as by now, I can say these general rules made me extremely profitable and helped me to outperform the market by a huge margin. So what are my general rules? I say I use short-term trading strategies, but this does not mean that I am scalping or that I'm over trading. And this is one rule and one of the most important rules immediately in the beginning. Everyone is telling you that you need to do short-term strategies. They say they make X amount of money in 1 day, in 15 minutes, in 1 hour. And all of this can happen, of course. But for me, I figured out that short-term trading strategies, they have a lot of disadvantages, especially like trading costs, slippage and stuff like that. So for me, it never worked. And I really became profitable when I kind of shifted from quick in, quick out strategies to more reliable strategies. So what I do in my strategies here, just a quick overview, I use a lot of strategies that are based on times throughout the day. Like I open positions at specific times, I close them at specific times. And as a general rule of thumb, I try to catch moves that are as big as possible, which means in general, all of my strategies that I use here, they open positions as early as possible in the morning and then close them late in the afternoon or in the evening. And this helps me to do less trades and still have the chance to catch really strong moves. And this is a complete game changer for me, because it lowers the trading costs, not only the visible costs, but also of course the effect of slippage. And it still helps you to generate huge profits if there is a very strong or very weak day and the markets move in one direction heavily. Talking about strategies, the strategies I use to achieve this very good performance, they are so simple they would make you laugh. It has nothing to do with all of the secret strategies, the special strategies, special indicators, new indicators. all of this is, in my opinion, is mostly BS. It's a lot of marketing that people use in the trading space to sell stuff. And my strategies are like the strategies that really made me profitable. They are so simple. I sometimes just buy the market in the morning, sell it in the evening, and that's my whole strategy. Or I create a simple time range and I wait for breakouts and then I just trade. There is no complicated trade management, no trailing stop. In all of my tests that I did, trailing stops, they can flatten the curve, the equity imbalance curve, but ultimately they usually lower the expected profit also in the long run. So my strategies are so simple. And they are not only simple, one of the most important rules for me is that they are logical. Like, I don't want my strategies to be complex. If a strategy is too complex, I usually step away from it. Because if it's too complex, it usually also means that this is my way of thinking about it, it means if it's very complex, you need very specific trading conditions to fit this complex trading strategy. And instead, my approach is to use very simple strategies in every market condition. And of course, it will not always work. And that's completely normal. And I just accept it. I just realized that if you have strategies, they will have good periods and bad periods. But this is for any strategy. It can be the most complex strategy. It is always like this. So there's no reason to make it more complex and unnecessary complex, because you still cannot change the fact that you will have good and bad periods. So I either go with a very simple strategy that I fully understand, that I think is completely logical, and I follow this approach. And this saves me a lot of headaches when developing the strategies in the first place. And it also gives me more peace of mind when I trade these strategies, because deep inside I know that these strategies are logical. And if I believe they are logical, then I have trust that they will be profitable in the long run. So I use simple strategies and they have to be logical. And one other very important point is I only use strategies if they are proven. Because why should I use a strategy in the future that has never been profitable in the past? That's like something that does not really make sense to me. And even though a profitable backtest, it can never guarantee profits in the future, but on the other hand, it's all we got, right? Nobody knows the future. No one can predict it. And that's why the past is all we have. And we do have it. And that's why we should use it. It's so important to just test the past, because then you know this strategy was profitable until now. So there's a chance that it's also profitable in the future. There's no guarantee. But in my opinion, the chances are higher if it was profitable in the past. And this is also what my experience in the last 8 years has shown. What I always do is I test strategies, and when I test, I don't mean I test them for the last 3 years or 3 months or even the last month, which I sometimes see on YouTube, like people test the strategy manually for 1 month. In my opinion, that's complete BS. It's not worth anything. I like to test the strategies over multiple years. Let's say a period of 10 years is what I usually like to test, or even a little bit more. It depends on how the data quality is, how much data I have available. So I just test it over this period of time, very long period of time, and if it's tested and profitable in the past, there's a good chance it's also tested profitable in the future. I did a lot of comparisons where I compared also backtesting results from an actual period where I traded the same strategy in a live account, and I put it on top of each other. I compared it, and this also showed me that the testing results, they are definitely not always 100% accurate, but they are not as far off as some might expect. Especially when I do this comparison of testing and live trading, there are often very, very similar. And this gives me a lot of trust in backtest. And this is why I also say is one of the necessary steps that you need to take before using a strategy live in your account. So talking about trading live in your account, there are a few rules when it comes to live trading. One rule is you should get the best possible environment. And this is why I use a broker that has competitive, very, very low trading fees and spreads for the symbols I trade. Let's say, for example, I trade a lot of the indices, and during the main trading hours, my broker, IC Markets or IC Trading, same conditions, I never saw lower trading fees with any other broker. Like, for example, for the German index, I have a spread of like 0.4, 0.5 points. In the main US session, I have spreads in the US index of like 0.5 points, which is incredibly competitive, super low trading costs. And also in the currencies, I have very low commissions, and I can lower them even more because I am partnered with IC Markets. And this might not seem important to you, but it is. Trust me, like if you trade 5 or 10 years using a broker and you do not care about the costs, then you might leave like a couple of €1,000 on the line, and that's not what you want to do. So you have to find a trading environment that is favorable for your specific trading strategies, for your specific style, for your symbols that you trade. And I'm not saying that my broker is the best for anyone. I cannot say this because I don't know your trading approach, but you should find a broker that fits your trading approach. This is very important, especially when it comes to more like exotic. It's not really exotic, but if you trade, for example, stock CFDs, it's not what many people do, but if you want to trade stock CFDs, the broker can make a huge difference because they have very different trading conditions when it comes to commission spread and swaps especially. So this is a huge point. Then also talking about like the trading conditions, you should always trade in an environment that makes you comfortable. People say you should step out of your comfort zones sometimes, but in my opinion, this does not apply to trading because the downside potential is just too high. You should never over leverage. You should always stay inside your own means. Like you should check your own financial situation, and you should only trade with money that you can afford to lose. This is one of the biggest mistakes that I see many people do. They trade just with too much money in relation to their overall fortune. They trade with too much leverage. They're just greedy. They do not think about drawdown periods. They only see the profits. And this is very human. This is very natural. This also happens to me or happened to me. I'm of course also excited if it's going well, but in a drawdown period, of course, the little depression kicks in. And here it's very important that you do not over leverage, because if you over leverage, if you risk too much, it's not only endangering your trading account, but it might endanger your whole like financial existence. And this is nothing you want to have happen. Like this is probably the worst feeling that you can have when you see your fortune, like when you just risk it gambling, and if you over leverage, it's nothing but gambling. So always stay within your means. Like do not over leverage. It's nothing that will make you happy in the long run. And of course, you will find a few people here and there who made a lucky shot and they became rich by over leveraging and trading too much money. But I think on average, this is not what happens. And on average, you are far better off with a more conservative, realistic trading approach. And if you do not have enough money to trade and make big bucks trading, there are so many other ways. You can be like a signal provider. You can sell your strategies. You can do a lot of stuff, and there's nothing bad about it. Like making money off of trading is not the only way, and there's nothing wrong doing other stuff in the trading industry, providing like services and stuff if you are honest. Like, I'm not saying you should scam others, but if you have a offer, something that provides value to others, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this, and it's a lot better than like gambling your personal finances. Also, like, if you risk too much, it is the risk that you cannot stand drawdown periods is just too high. Like, for example, have a look at my personal account here. The biggest drawdown was 25%, which is quite low. But if we have a look at absolute numbers, it's 22K. Like, I lost 20,000, and this was only 25% because it happened so late here, like just a few months ago. But if this would have happened in the very beginning of this trading account, it would be a lot. It would be like 40%, I don't know, of the account in a drawdown, which is definitely a lot, and it will not leave you with a good feeling. So this is why you should never over leverage. And this is why I only invest money that I can completely lose. I can lose all of this trading account, and of course it would not be like a funny joke, but still it would not leave me in a very bad spot with my personal finances, and that's so important. Okay, so this was the big disclaimer. So let's go back to trading strategies. What also made me extremely profitable, and maybe the most important thing, I kept this until the end, it's of course automated trading. Like, automation, all of these strategies are completely automated. I do not trade at all with my hands. I just code the trading strategies and they execute. And there are so many benefits of this. I made other videos about it, but in short, the execution is always perfect. You don't have to sit in front of the PC. You have these strategies tested long term automatically. And of course, the most important point, it takes the emotions out of your day-to-day trading business. Like, it is so much easier if you know that there is a program that will always trade perfectly and will always stick to the strategy. It's so much easier than trading with your own hands, where you constantly have to make these decisions like, do I close? Do I move the stop? What do I do? And this is the biggest point. So if you want to learn how to code your own trading strategies, check out the links in this video description. You will find a complete MQL5 course. And if you don't have the money for it, if you don't have the money for a structured course, it will take a little bit more time maybe, but you can also find a lot of free resources on this channel that will get you up and going, so you can create your own automated trading strategies. And once you have these strategies, please stick to them. It's crazy how many people use my strategies and like the exact same strategies that I use in my account. I give them away for free if you use my partner broker. I sell them, and still I get like some reviews or some feedback, for example in the MQL5 market, where you can buy my strategies, or people were following my signal, like this exact trading account. People were following this exact trading account, and you can see here, this is as profitable as a trading account can be, and they still managed to lose money. And this is because they over leverage, they do not stick to the strategies long enough, and they just risk too much. They cannot be chill if they risk too much. And this is why this is one of the most important points ever when trading. You can never be emotionally attached to the money that you trade. Like, people were copying this exact same trading account, and they were losing money, which is almost impossible. And it all comes down to like over leveraging, not being able to stick to a strategy, not having the mindset for it. And it's actually sad, but it is what it is. And this is why I try to make these videos. Like, really, if you test your strategies over a long period of time, if you do not risk too much, you can just stick to the strategy. And worst thing that might happen is that you lose a little bit of money, but not as much that it has a negative impact on your life. And on the other hand, you also have a very, very good chance to make a lot of money, exactly like I did in this trading account. So yeah, this was a little breakdown of some basic rules that I always apply for my strategies, for my trading in general, which made me extremely profitable. And I just wanted to share this. There might be other strategies, but I doubt that many of the like short-term, quick in, quick out trading strategies that you find on YouTube are actually this profitable. And a lot of other people on YouTube, who show these like quick in, quick out strategies, these short-term scalping strategies without a real basis, there's a reason why they cannot stream live 24/7. Or if they stream live every day, there's a reason why they do not show you the exact trade history, the exact account number, the exact money in the account like I do here. So just be reasonable, try to make educated decisions, try to not rush anything, just be reasonable and you will make it in trading long term, I think. So yeah, that's it. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to work, right? Okay, hope this helps. Bye-bye.